Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video. And today it's a video on my trip to Vegas I had recently. Now this is a yearly thing I do to go visit friends and family. Now when I went down here, we went to the casino, of course, won a little money, which made me happy because I'm not really a gambling man. And we went to a couple of game stores that some of you guys might be familiar with, so I'll talk about that in the video as well as the whole experience. So let's get into the video. Oh, and of course, we got some pickups to look at. Now, the first place we're going to is We Play Games. I talked about them last year in my video. We weren't initially going to go here, but Elvis talked us into it. He wanted us to go to every store, no matter what experience we had there. So we decided to start off with this one. And pretty much the store was really cool. You know, lots of nice customer service, lots of nice items to pick up, you know, very clean, very friendly service. I did notice that when when we went to the counter where I initially tried to buy the Disney's Magical Quest, that behind the counter, anything in the case behind the counter was pretty much like didn't have a price on it. So pretty much you had to ask how much certain stuff costs, and they would look it up. Now I've always felt this practice is pretty annoying. Like you have to ask them what the price is. They go look on a computer, and it's like, dude, like just have your prices like ready to go. But usually they just want to look up to make sure that their prices are updated. But the thing about doing that is if the price is lower online, they're definitely not going to lower it in the store. So, you know, they're going to go with the highest price. And that's kind of what they did with certain items. So my buddy Elvis had actually wanted to get Phantasy Star 2 for the Sega Genesis. And the game initially goes for around $80 complete from what we saw. This is before we even went to the store. And the guy came back and said $180. We were like, what the hell, dude? So it's like, you know, like, yeah, we're good with that. But, you know, it's just still the store was cool. But like having to ask for the prices and stuff like that, we're good on that. So we kind of stayed away from the counter stuff. But I was able to pick up a Silent Hill comic book. And this Silent Hill comic book is based off of a Silent Hill Downpour. This is Annie's story, which was the freaking correctional officer that was acting your character in the game, kind of trying to kill him or just torture him. It was pretty crazy. So you get to see what she sees during that story mode. And also, you get to know what happens to DJ Bobby Ricks in the game because, well, I'll let you guys, if you haven't played that game yet, let you guys experience that. And the next store we went to was a Gamer's Paradise. Pretty cool store. I talked about it last year. Found something I wanted there. But first, my buddy Elvis had found a game he was looking for. It was Castlevania Dracula Chronicles. And he got that for a really good price. And a little bit more about the store. They have like an arcade area that you could play. And they have like a museum area as well. Like of course, that's stuff that's not for sale. They have a pinball area as well, which is really nice. We actually made a second trip here because I found out that they had another Dracula X Chronicles at the store. So I went and picked up that copy because I have a variant case for it. So yeah, I went there to get that. And what was funny, I bent down to look at some games in the case and just kind of scanning through them really fast. And the clerk, I remember hearing her complain about how she wanted to go home and she was running around the store. And what's funny, around when you're leaning down looking at something in the case, you know, instead of like she had to get through, instead of like walking behind me, she wanted to walk through me, which was like, I was like, what the hell? Like usually you don't say, hey, let me get past here when you can walk behind them easily. But it is what it is. I thought it was pretty funny. But anyways, guys, definitely a cool store to check out. So following going to a couple of stores, we did a live stream of me and DJ playing Double Dragon 2 for the PC Engine. Now, a lot of people don't know about this version of the game. It adds animated cutscenes in it. It's really cool, very cheesy, very 90s. It's awesome. And what's funny about this game is that I thought that playing the NES version, that if we put it on the hardest difficulty, that we would fight the last boss pretty much. But DJ had said, like, nah, we'll be all right. Let's just play on normal. And we ended up getting to the last boss, and we got a fake ending. So we did beat the game. We just didn't get the real ending. Oh, yeah, and Joel stopped by for a little bit. That was pretty cool. But, yeah, that was Friday night pretty much.
Media glitch. Thank you. Every time.
And next up, we decided to go to We Play Games, the second location. We went here last year. The experience wasn't that great, but we wanted to try it again because we wanted to give us some stores a second chance. And actually, they had a really good selection of games to look at. It was really nice. You can see the stuff behind the glass, but that stuff was more collectible and more expensive. And then there was some stuff behind the case as well. Everything was looking good. I found a game here, which is Spy Hunter, which I'll talk about later in the video. But what the funny part is, when everybody had pretty much done their shopping here, Elvis had found a Splatterhouse for PS3, and it didn't have a price on it. So, of course, we asked what price it was. And as soon as we asked what it was, the guy said, "It's not cheap." I was like, oh, my God, what the hell, dude? We didn't ask you all that. We're not like your buddies to chum around with or whatever like that. So I pretty much said, okay, well, never mind then. And we're about to walk out. Then he looked it up and said, oh, it's $100. And I was like, at that time, it's like, you know, no matter what he said it was, it's like, man, we don't want to buy it from you because you were just kind of like an asshole or whatever like that. But I'll leave it at that. You know, despite that, I thought the store was pretty cool, pretty good experience and everything. So I'll just leave it at that.
Super dodgeball.
One, but the game wasn't in it.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
Sorry?
Oh, they're closing. I grew up with all. Sorry. Sorry, Reggie.
You gotta be kidding me! Look, Daddy! You gotta be kidding me!
Alright, so next up is Retro City Games. This is the store we went to last year as well. And I gotta say, this store is impressive as hell. I think we stayed in the store probably damn near almost 3 hours just going through stuff. It was freaking awesome. And stuff was easy to find, stuff was labeled, everybody was really nice, very helpful, very knowledgeable. One of the managers at the store, man, I think his name was Antonio. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name was Antonio. It was really cool. He knew his stuff. He showed me stuff that they were getting traded in. It was just really awesome. So Antonio, if you're watching this, man, you're an all-star, man. Appreciate you. Now, right here, we're looking at some of like the more limited printed games here. Kind of like hard to find stuff, I would say, or just stuff you wouldn't normally find. But they got that behind the case, really cool. You see some virtual voice stuff there. Then we have some PS5 stuff, which is not relevant to me because I don't have no PS5. But I did look at the DS stuff here. I love finding DS games, Game Boy Advance game, Game Boy Color stuff, all that stuff pretty much. And I still couldn't find the ESPN track and field I've been looking for the Game Boy Advance. That game is kind of eluding me when it comes to finding them in local stores, but I'll find it eventually. And then you see the Animal Crossing Switch here, Sonic Mania, which is an awesome game. That Grandia 1 and 2 collection, that's gone up in price. That's like over $100 now. I didn't pick that up because I already have the game on the Dreamcast and the PS1, so I figured I'm not going to play it again on the Switch. But if it was on PS4, maybe I would because of the trophy system, but I don't know, maybe not. But anyways, lots of PS1 games to look at. I love looking at PS1 games. You guys know that. And I did find some cool long box PS1 games. Because some of you guys, I might have shown some of you guys, I missed out on getting one of these. I should have got Lemmings. I thought I already owned it, but I did not. But I did get some other ones here. Also, you can see some more PS1 games here stacked up. They were actually changing the shelf out because they were adding some more shelves in. But yeah, it was just really cool seeing that stuff. And also, you got your N64 stuff, Super Nintendo stuff. Here in Washington, N64 stuff is so hard to find right now in local stores. Like one of my local game stores, Super Smash Games, they could barely keep that stuff in stock. Like everybody's just really after N64 stuff. And I'm kind of surprised about that, but maybe, I don't know. This was just weird. And here we had the Sega Pika bundle, which DJ actually ended up picking up, and we did a live video on it. You can check it out on DJ's channel. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys want to check out that video we did. It was pretty funny. And lots of Wii games. I did pick up one of these games that I just showed here briefly, but you'll see that later in the video. But it's nice to see a lot of Wii games. I don't really collect for the Wii anymore, but I do find things here and there that I might have missed out on. Definitely a cool system. Sega CD, which I've kind of pretty much given up the ghost on. I'm not messing with that system anymore. Yeah, it's just that stuff's so expensive now too, man. It's like, wow. But then you got your cool Dreamcast stuff. Love Dreamcast games. I feel like I'm pretty much done with that system as well. More stuff here at the bottom. I think that was that Philips? No, I don't know. I can't remember. Anyways, Game Gear and some more collectible and box stuff. DJ Hero, if you guys remember when that was a thing, kind of like a spin-off of Guitar Hero. And what is this? FX Unit Yuki long poster? Where did that come from? Very cool. Here's some of the PC stuff I found last year. You guys remember I bought that City of Lost Children last time I was here sealed. I was looking at some more PC games, but I kind of like strayed away from it because like that stuff takes up a lot of room, and I didn't want to have to pay for extra baggage, like taking like big box PC stuff home. Because I had got some stuff earlier when I got to Vegas that I'll probably talk about in another video. But yeah, I just didn't want to overload my baggage or whatnot. So pretty much I kind of skipped any PC games. So it was really nice looking at a lot of stuff here. They have a lot of collectible stuff. And I just wish I could have looked at it a bit longer, but I kind of like just strayed away because I couldn't take it with me. Then I went to the Super Famicom games here. And Super Famicom, I do like collecting for that system when I can, but still I kind of like fell off from it. So it was nice to see a lot of collection here and a lot of stuff in the box as well. Also at the store, they had just got a Playdia system in. Definitely a cool system to have. DJ, if you're watching this video, you better go back and get that thing, dude. Do not leave that sitting in the store, dude. That thing is too awesome to leave in there. Even though it has like probably like one super cool game on it, which is a Dragon Ball game. I think it's like called The Plan to Kill the Super Saiyans, kind of like this FMV game. Still was pretty cool though. And later on that night, after we were satisfied with our pickups, we got to star on the Sorrow Show, where we showed our pickups on a live video, which was a lot of fun. Went through pretty much everything we had at that point, but we did go to a couple more stores on our last days while we were there in Vegas, just to kind of do our second rounds. But we got mainly everything we wanted before then, so definitely was really fun doing the Sorrow Show.
But yeah, got that from Reggie. Check out this disc, dude. Like, some legit.
They put some work in on it, man. Yeah.
Legit disc printing.
Both characters, everything.
It's really cool.
All right, so the next night we actually went to the casinos and did some gambling. Now, I'm not a gambling man, but I did throw a little bit of change in the machine, and I actually won, which I was really happy. You know, I was up from the last time I was at Vegas, where I think that time I actually won. I think I won $5. So I was so happy that I won that money. But now I won $22, and I thought that was cool. I would have gambled a little bit more, but I just wasn't just feeling it. So I just kind of wanted to go home a winner. But Elvis actually did great at the show. I won't say how much he won because I don't know if he wanted me to put that out there. But he won. Let's just say everything he bought on the trip, you know, it was covered pretty much. But what was funny, when he went to the table to do some gambling, he started winning and everything like that. But then all of a sudden, somebody came to the table and spilled their drink on the table, so they had to shut the table down. Now, I feel like that's something Vegas does when a table loses too much money or people start getting hot or whatever like that. They want to kind of like just disrupt it pretty much. So we felt like that was like a little scam or whatever like that. But either way, Elvis won, which was great. He won a good amount, and we kind of ended it there. It was a lot of fun. And now the part of the video you guys have been waiting for, the game pickups that I got in Vegas. I'm going to show you most things. I probably won't show everything because I have a couple surprises for another video. But I will obviously show most of the stuff I got in Vegas and also show you some stuff that I got when I arrived home from Vegas. All right, so the first game here is Skate City Heroes. Now, I talked about this game on my channel before. This was actually just an extra copy I picked up because I'm going to trade it to a friend. But the best way to describe this game is kind of like, think of something like Jet Set Radio mixed with a little bit of Tony Hawk. And it really was, well, I would say take out the graffiti from a freaking Jet Set Radio, and you got Skate City Heroes. Some people don't like it as much as I do. They think it's a cheap like knockoff, but I still think they did a good effort here. But it didn't quite meet the effort of the kind of like attitude that I think the game was looking for. But still, the game came out for PS2, came out on the PSP in PAL territories, but it only came out to America on the Wii. So they try to force you to use those gimmicky controls. But getting this game for $5, I thought was a good deal. Rebel Raiders Operation Nighthawk. Now here's a game I've been looking for on the Wii for quite a while. I actually have the PS2 version, and I enjoyed it back in the day. And playing it now, the Wii version feels like a slightly better version than the PS2 version. It's just that this game, there's a lot of like dogfighting going on pretty much when you're going like you're dodging missiles and trying to take things down. I feel like what it's missing is a lot of dialogue during battle. Like a lot of dialogue kind of like helps the flow of the gameplay, you know, keep you entertained. But it only happens at certain parts in the game. It kind of really feels like far and in between. It seems like the game tries to focus on the soundtrack. It's like really loud and just really put you in this weird, I don't know, like this weird sense of like I want to say like you're in some kind of epic battle, but you're really not. At least that's just how I feel about the game. Anyways, I think it's a solid game. If you see it out there, definitely something you might want to try out. So I've been looking for Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run for probably almost 2 years now. I already know I'm going to really like this game, you know, just because it just has that kind of like that nostalgia of like them trying to make a movie game. And some, you know, most of the time these kind of games are rushed, but just the fact that The Rock is in it, you know, it makes it all better for me. Let me know what you guys think of this game if you played any of them, because I think the Spy Hunter series is kind of like forgotten about, and definitely the remakes that were kind of like put on the PS2 and Xbox, and I think even the GameCube. If you don't know anything about Spy Hunter, basically you have this awesome car that could pretty much do everything. I mean, the car freaking turns into a boat, all kind of weapons comes out of it. You know, it's like the ultimate like battle car, and it looks like a normal car, kinda. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Resident Evil Code Veronica, Gun Survivor 2, also known as Biohazard Code Veronica, is a rail shooter game that pretty much puts you in the position of Claire and Steve from those games. They play like a similar story to the real game, but obviously this is a rail shooter. Actually pretty cool. And another cool thing about this game is that if you are on a timer, if that timer runs out during the level doesn't end, but they do send Nemesis after you, and he's invincible, so if he gets to you, it's pretty much almost game over. So you have to try to escape the level without running into him, because obviously he makes things very difficult, as you can't kill him. Now, this is an import. This game got overlooked because Resident Evil Survivor didn't do well in America, and I actually really like that game. I think it's awesome. So they didn't release this one to America, but they did release its sequel, a Dino Stalker, Gun Survivor 3, and it released Gun Survivor 4, which is known as Resident Evil Dead Aim. So this is the only one that we were missing. I got Jackie Chan Around the World in 80 Days. I remember when the movie came out years ago. Never watched it, but had no idea that they put a game out for it. And this is like a platform game pretty much when you're kind of trying to race to the exit. So not sure if it's too good of a game yet, but I'm hoping it is for the price I paid for it. So let me know if you guys have tried this one before. Let's call Fantastic Four Flame On. Now, this is based off the, I want to say the mid 2000s movies, which I actually somewhat liked the first one. The second one, I was kind of met on, but yeah, I picked up the game because it was another platform game. It's one of those platform games that has like a bunch of dialogue before you do certain stuff, which is kind of annoying. But once you get past that, I think it's pretty decent. I picked up Kids Challenger just because I figured it was another maybe cool platform game like the previous two. Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, but hey, I thought it was worth the price, so I went ahead and got it. But if you guys like any of these three games or played them, let me know what you think of them. I picked up Naughty Bear Gold Edition. Happy to get this game because this game comes with all the DLC embedded on the disc. So this is pretty much the complete version of the game. So if you haven't played this game before, it's very similar to games kind of like Manhunt and a little bit of Grand Theft Auto when it comes to like sandbox stuff, where you can go around where you want to. And you just pull pranks on other teddy bears. It's pretty funny. I heard this game was going to be was originally supposed to be a Child's Play game, but they lost the rights to it. I don't have any proof of that, but that was the rumor going around about this game before it came out. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the PlayStation long box games I got. Offworld Interceptor Extreme. I actually had the jewel case version of this, but when I saw the long box version, I decided to pick it up as well. Now, seeing it, the box was kind of damaged, so I did do a video about how to repair that type of issue with this stuff. But anyways, the game is pretty much like a card combat game. To be honest with you, though, what really attracted me to this game was the FMV scenes at the time. I love FMV. I think that's so cool how they were back in the day, they were kind of trying to transition video games with kind of like Hollywood by kind of doing that. So when I see that type of stuff, I always think it's really cool. So definitely one of the reasons I picked it up. Now, is this a solid game? Yeah, I think so. But like I said, I really picked it up mostly for the FMV scenes.
Wiener?
I was watching via satellite.
Did you tape me?
I caught some of your antics.
Yeah, what about my shenanigans?
You take a lot of chances, trash man.
It's sanitary engineer.
Don't take too many.
Are you starting to care? Hey, she digs us. Yeah, we're gonna get some. Yeah, boy.
And next up we have Hi-Octane, the track fights back. This racing game is actually pretty cool. The controls take a bit to get used to, just because the track is just the way it is, the way the camera is pretty much. I feel like a lot of people probably could get motion sickness from playing this game, so maybe I should tell Joel about this game. But anyways, still a good product of its time. I just recently played this for the first time. I can't believe I didn't even know about this game, so pretty cool to have this. People who are into games like Twisted Metal or Extreme G will probably be interested in this game, so it's kind of like both of those games mixed together. And when I say Twisted Metal, it's because of the combat pretty much. It says that the subtitle says the track fights back. It's pretty much the other drivers and everything like that are shooting stuff at you and stuff. So at least from what I've seen, I haven't been attacked by the track or any booby traps or anything like that. But still, maybe that stuff will come later. But still a solid game. And next up is Assault Rigs. I picked this game up because Jason did a video about it a while back, and I took some interest because of that video. Now, pretty much you're playing like some kind of virtual sport where you're a tank, and your job is to kind of collect these jewels before you finish the level. It's pretty simplistic, but for back when it came out, this game was very interesting. One thing it does have going for it, I do like the chill soundtrack it has. It kind of helps the gameplay flow, but definitely something I probably would have passed on if I hadn't saw someone talk about it. And I already talked about the Castlevania I got down there, but just want to go over it just real quick. I got the greatest hits version, and pretty much if you guys see this game out here, it's definitely worth picking up because you get 3 games in one. You get the new remake of Castlevania Rondo Blood, you get the original version, and you get Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So 3 games in one, definitely worth having for the right price. I picked up a PS1 game called Hybrid. Now, this is kind of familiar to people who played like Wolfenstein or Doom on the old IBM DOS PC, the way the first person is. It just kind of like shows your gun and you just kind of like strife and like kill enemies. It's really cool. I'm surprised this game didn't get released in America on the PlayStation 1, but it probably had to go through a whole bunch of like weird stuff, so who knows what happened. But it did come out in Japan and PAL territories, and there's not that much English that you need to know to kind of know the story. You can pick between 4 different characters. Some have guns, some have magic attacks, which is really cool, but definitely a game that people should know about. Now we have Shooter Space Shot. This was released by the Simple 1500 series back in the day, and pretty much this is a vertical shooter. I think it's actually really well done one. I think it's awesome, but I'm not really sure how other people feel about this one. I mean, I like certain things in this game, like the story, even though the characters look very weird, how they move around and talk. But when it comes to the gameplay, I feel like it's action-filled. It has a lot going for it. It's really just a lot of fun. So if you see this game out there, definitely give it a try. I think you won't be let down. And next up, I got the Fun Station. You guys pretty much know why I picked this system up. So when I was in Korea, we used to see a lot of like knockoff looking systems that looked like a current gen system at the time, but they were really like 8-bit systems or even 16-bit systems that would play certain types of games. You never know what type of games are on these things, but it's always a surprise. So when I saw this, I had to take it with me because you're never going to see something like this in the store for sale, or at least rarely, I would say. So I will be doing a video about this in the near future. B.L.U.E, The Legend of the Water was a game I remember seeing back in the day, and I always wanted it to get released in America, but unfortunately it did not. This game story is pretty much a girl who goes to visit her father, and her father he works at this marine base, and basically they discovered an underwater city. So the girl's name is Maya. That's who you play as. She has a dolphin. I think the dolphin's name, I forgot his name. I think it was Luca or something like that. But pretty much you go underwater with the dolphin and you go searching around the ruins. It's pretty cool. Hopefully someday somebody will do a fan translation of this, but if not, you'll just have to use some kind of translator to kind of understand more of the story. But definitely a game that I think would have did well if it came out to America. Next up, I got Carrion. This is pretty much a game where you play as some kind of monster that was let loose by these scientists, and pretty much through the whole game, you're kind of like trying to escape something and like tear apart these scientists that released you or whatnot. So very different game. I've never really played anything like this where you play, well, I have played games where you play as a bad guy, but still playing as a mutant going after humans. I thought this is a pretty cool concept. I'll probably be doing a live video on this game in the near future, so look out for that. And next up we have Hotline Miami Collection. Now I don't know too much about this game, but I know a lot of people actually really like it, so happy to try this out. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Next up, we have Child of Light Ultimate Edition and Valiant Hearts combo bundle, and pretty much Child of Light got a physical release on the Vita. You play as a girl trying to save her father and her kingdom, and then Valiant Hearts. From what I remember of this game, I only briefly looked at it, but it was it had something to do with World War I. So very interesting combination of games they put here. Looking forward to playing these. Decided to take another chance on Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. This game really, man, I don't know how to describe it really. I mean, as you guys know, it's a tactical game, but compared to the first game, I don't know why this one didn't really catch on with me. The first one I thought was awesome, and when I say the first one, I'm talking about the advanced version, and that's the one where it starts off with the kids having a snow fight. I beat that game. It was a lot of fun, but this one, for some reason, I couldn't get into at the time. But the graphics are pretty much the same, so I'm going to try it once again and see where it goes. Kid Icarus Uprising is a really cool rail shooter 3DS game that I didn't give a lot of love back in the day. I regretted that, but thankfully got the game again, and it's just really like something that's really unique. I would hope that they would actually put something like this on the Switch, like you port it to the Switch, but it sems like when it comes to Kid Icarus, Nintendo doesn't really like pay too much attention to like making ports or making new games. I mean, it seems like every time there's like news of maybe a new game coming out, it ends up being just a rumor. So I don't know, but they have potential for something really great with this series. Hopefully they'll make some new games for the new Nintendo Switch.
Do you hear that? Do you hear the people's cheers? They're celebrating the return of the goddess Palutena.
Despite the underworld invasion, the people haven't lost hope. It's our duty to protect them.
Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. I had this game when it first came out, and I kind of like just fell off from it. There was something I didn't like about it when I first played it, but now playing it again, I actually think the game is really cool. I feel bad that I kind of passed it up back in the day, didn't give it a chance. But this game is freaking awesome. Definitely something that I think people should check out. So some of you may know that track and field is one of the games I kind of grew up with when I was a kid. I watched my brother play it, break records, then I got good at it as well. But I never played its sequel, Track and Field Part 2. But Elvis actually gifted that to me. So he actually gifted me a sealed copy. And now Elvis, with everything going on with Wata, man, we might want to get this graded, man, and make millions of dollars or something. No, I'm just kidding, man. But thank you, man. I appreciate this. This game actually has more games on it, and it doesn't loop around like the first game does. The first game never really had an ending, so it just kept going. This one actually has like a certain ending to it, so it's pretty cool. But anyways, guys, that's most of the stuff that I got in Vegas with friends. I had a lot of fun. Elvis, man, you are a real one, man. Thanks for the hookups on the stuff you got me, man. I really appreciate you. DJ had a blast down there in Vegas, man. We got to make that trip to Japan pretty soon. That'll probably be sometime next year, hopefully, when things calm down, even though we said that last year, too, when things calm down. Who knows when it's going to calm down. But anyways, guys, now we're going to get to some more stuff I got when I arrived home. So pretty much what I'm about to show is just a couple of things that I had ordered. One of them was sent to me by my friend, and a couple other things that I haven't like shown on the channel yet. So we're gonna end the video off with these last few items. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and let's check them out. The Truth Is Out There Mystery Adventure Pack. My buddy Kyle sent this to me, and I was surprised by this release because I had no idea that they had a 3-pack like this out there. The first game out here, Pineview Drive, I actually got this probably around a year ago. This was supposed to be in my long epic pickups video that I never put out. But this game is weird as hell because you go to this mansion that's cursed, and all kind of weird stuff starts to happen. The game actually looks like maybe a late PS2 game at the best. There's a lot of screen tearing and stuff like that going on, but the game does have a creep factor to it. It is very creepy and unnerving, so people may like it for that. The second game in his collection is Joe's Diner. So pretty much you play a waitress that has to close up shop pretty much. So after your shift, you clean up the restaurant, but the thing is you have to do it quietly, and if you don't do it quietly, if your loud meter gets too loud, these spirits come and get you, and that's game over pretty much. So stuff will start to turn on, like the freaking jukebox will start playing all loud, phones will start ringing, all kind of craziness, and when that happens, you have to run to those items and make sure you turn them off while you're cleaning up. So it's kind of like a fun arcadey type game, but it could get boring pretty fast depending on your situation. But yeah, it does have that scare factor to it, so just be aware of that. And next up is the Nightfall. So Nightfall, you play as a woman who is locked in her house, and just all kind of weird stuff is going on. It has weird puzzles. It has this weird ice cream truck that keeps driving down the street. And then at some points in the game, you'll see a guy just standing out in the middle of the road watching you. So it's pretty creepy. The only thing that kind of sets this game back is that you don't know what to do pretty much. You know, the puzzles are really weird. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just like it kind of kills the pacing. But if you do know what to do, it probably goes by okay. I think this game is the best game out of everything on this disc. So definitely try this one out. But just know that it's pretty frustrating. Now here's a quick look at Real Heroes Firefighter. I think I remember this game coming out on the Wii and with the gimmicky controls and everything like that, but this is a first-person firefighter game, and it's pretty much like very story-driven, so it's not very like just level-based. You know, it has like a little story to it and everything like that, kind of keep you motivated for certain events or whatnot. It's not like Firefighter FD, which I think is the best firefighter game ever. If you play that on PS2, that game is freaking awesome. It's a really good story. But if you like this type of game, definitely check this out. Song of Horror, I actually got a couple of weeks before, but I wanted to put it on this video just to remind people about the game. This is a survival horror game where you get to play as around 13 people trying to solve a mystery of a missing person. It's pretty crazy, very entertaining. Don't pass this game up. If you want to know more about it, definitely watch the video I put out for it. CAG picked up Alien Fireteam Elite for the Media Glitch team. So this is a 3-player co-op action game, kind of like similar to like World War Z, even Left 4 Dead, stuff like that. But this game is in third person. I like this game. I just wish it was 4-player instead of 3-player. I don't know why they went with the 3-player only mode, but maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe frame rate issues. I'm not really sure. But either way, a solid, tense game. It's pretty crazy when you look at your radar and you see where the aliens are coming from. They come from in front of you, behind you, beside you. Very terrifying. And they actually have like special aliens, kind of like in the other games, like Left 4 Dead and World War Z, like special ones that do like certain stuff to incapacitate you. So you have to look out for that. So very entertaining game, lots of fun. So I stopped by my local GameStop to see if they still had a PS3 selection, and they did. And I found Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel. I played Army of Two, the 40th day, and the first game. First game was weak, but the 40th day was freaking awesome. I had a great time with that one. And when I go back to the first one, I actually played the PS3 version, so maybe it was just too glitchy on that version or whatever. I didn't play the 360 version. But anyways, getting to this game, if it's anything like the 40th Day, it's freaking awesome. I'm looking forward to playing this one. Unfortunately, this is the last game they made in the series. So hopefully they went out with a bang with this one. You guys let me know what you think about this game if you played it in the comments. Star Renegades is a strategy RPG that I wanted to take a gamble on. So the first time I actually saw this game was strictly limited. I had a pre-order for it, but I kind of forgot about it. And then the next thing you know, I saw it for pre-order on Amazon, so I went ahead and ordered that. Now this game is a roguelike strategy RPG, so I don't really know too much else about it because I'm just starting the game, but what I really liked about it is the way the graphics look, and I liked how it had some animated cutscenes that kind of like flesh out the story. So really looking forward to playing this one. You guys in the comments, you know the deal. If you played this game already, let me know what you think about it. And next up, we have Runabout 3, the New York edition. So this one, unlike the other two, you only stay in one city, which I thought was unfortunate. But this one's actually pretty cool. If you haven't heard this series, it's pretty much a racing game where you race to get to your destination or whatnot in a certain amount of time. Usually, you crash into other cars, do crazy stunts, anything you can do, and to get to your destination. I want to shout out my buddy Rob, Esex Gamer. You guys heard of him. For sending me this game. He knew I was looking for it, so bro, I appreciate you. And the game made it in time for the video, which I had no idea that was going to happen, so that's pretty awesome. But anyways, guys, you've seen this type of game before. Definitely, if you have a PAL, PS2, or any way to play a PAL game, you might want to pick this one up. And last but not least, we have Witch Spring 3. So just to let everybody know that this game is available on Amazon in America. So if you're trying to get the American version, that's the only way I've seen to be able to get it. Now, this game pretty much is like a turn-based RPG in an isometric view, kinda. Yes, I know it looks like a mobile game, but this one's actually pretty fun. I think some people should check it out if they're looking for like some old school RPG fun. I got this game, but not only did I get the game, they sent me some promotional items for it as well. So I got this big poster thing. I don't know what it is, but it's freaking awesome, and a couple other things that are really cool. So really, you have this stuff. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this long ass video. I wish I could have made it shorter, but just had a lot to put in here that I wanted to get out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Want to give a shout out to my buddy Kyle. Thanks for the game, man. I appreciate it. And luckily it was here when I got home, man, because leaving packages at the front door, man, you never know. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Radical Reggie, and I will see you all later.